Podcast.
Hello.
Podcast.
Hello, mate.
Podcast.
You all right, mate?
How are you getting on?
Good lad. Good lad. How you doing?
I'm all right,
You're
mate.
all right.
I'm all right. I'm feeling fucking good, mate. Although you walked in the door today,
Yeah.
and within 0.3 seconds, you said you look groggy.
I thought you looked like shit, mate. When you opened the door, I thought you looked sad in bed. Sad in bed. Sad in bed.
Not just sad, he also looks bad.
Yeah.
It's Vittorio.
It's Vittorio. He looks sad in bed, and I said, "What's happened? Has Jameli Maddox left him to go back to Afghanistan or wherever?" Oh, where is he from? Zimbabwe?
No.
Oh shit. All right. These are the kind of things, because I always thought a lot of the things we say, I'm like, it's fine. But yesterday, almost everything we said, the guest we had on the podcast, Paddy, was like, now I'm going Paddy. Now I'm going Coronation Street.
Paddy McGuinness. What
Yeah.
were all that about?
Yeah. Paddy McGuinness, take me out. Will you take me out, fan?
Oh, no lighty.
Yeah. That's right. I honestly thought, it's amazing what I thought was genius. I thought he was the bee's knees.
Let the chicken see the chow mein.
Yeah, I thought, God, where did he come up with that? I couldn't believe it.
But what's mad about that is there's not even like there's no fun there.
Huh?
Do you know what I mean?
With
like
Paddy?
with those little turns of
hollow man.
phrase.
Joyless.
There's no, he's obviously a fun man who definitely writes all his own stand-up shows.
Yeah.
And but those little turns of phrase, like let the chicken see the chow mein.
Yeah.
That's not a pun.
No.
It's not wordplay.
It's just pure class from McGuinness, no? It's just pure fucking charm.
It's nothing.
It's nothing. But by God, does
But he
sell
sells it. It's
He
just
could,
flashing lights.
But he could sell you just parcel and nothing.
That kind of TV is
Yeah.
just a fruit machine, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just ding 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 ding.
It
ding,
is,
ding,
absolutely.
ding, ding. People
And
in their houses going,
Yeah.
"Moo."
Absolutely. And I was in my house going,
Yeah, man. All that stuff's so funny,
Yeah.
man.
When I was, because we only had 4 channels when I was growing up, I followed every soap.
RT1,
Yeah.
RT2,
And then
TV3, TG Car.
That's it. There were 4 channels, right? So I was at one stage, I was completely up to date on Emmerdale, Coronation Street, Hollyoaks, Fair City, EastEnders.
You were a soap boy.
I was up to date on every soap.
You're a soapy boy.
I was the soapiest
You're
boy there
clean
was.
as fuck.
Oh, I smelled like a dream. I smelled like lavender and chamomile. It was unbelievable. So full of soap. And I still, because those soaps, and that is the nature of them, you can still, if I dip into any of them, I'd say in a week I'm caught up.
You're
again.
caught up, do you think?
20 years
Because I've
later.
never watched a soap.
Huh?
I've never watched a soap.
I honestly don't. And I
Oh,
mean,
our levels are quite low. I'm going to
Are they?
boost them slightly. We'll
yeah,
be
just
okay.
come up. To be honest, and I mean this in the best way, I think it'd be a bit much for you. I think a lot of the storylines are a bit adult. There's a
It'd be
lot
a bit
of,
complex.
well, it's mostly affairs, and I know that you kind of more like things about something like, oh,
I like it when people stay together forever.
yeah, or something like, oh, the chicken on the farm, you know,
Chicken Little.
Yeah,
He plays baseball in the Skyfalls.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I thought Skyfall was.
Oh,
I thought it was a live action Chicken Little.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when that Adele song came out, I was like, is this about Chicken Little?
Oh, you thought it was a Chicken Little thing.
Let the Skyfall.
That's a funny thing about now that you bring up Adele there, and I know before that I was on about all the soaps.
She's so hot now.
Is she though? This is the question I was thinking to myself, because I was watching the Lewis Capaldi thing there, and Lewis Capaldi's a legend. Like, he's a good lad. He looks like a melted welly, and you know,
I don't know why he's become a famous pop star.
well, no, because he's just, that voice is just, I used to be somebody. Like, his voice is like fucking the sexiest. I mean, like,
he is wrecking his vocal cords the whole time.
Well, fucking wreck him now. Get the fucking
Get the
40
cash.
mil in the bank, and then just fucking whisper for the rest of your life. Who gives a shit? Do you know what I mean? Just be a
Yeah.
whispering rich
Yeah,
man
yeah.
in
If
Scotland.
anything, with the Tourette's, it's probably good to wreck your vocal cords just in case.
Yeah, that's right. So
Yeah.
that you can't just cunt, fucking stupid, cunt, fuck, dickhead. What's he saying? We don't know, and that's the good thing. We know it's nothing
Just
good. but-
ASMR Tourette's.
yeah, That's fucking brilliant. Unreal. Get the voice fucking mangled. Well, so, but Capaldi, and like, let's be honest, I'm putting a hat on a hat here, like saying, oh, look, he's not the best looking lad in the world. He says it himself. He's very self-aware
Yes, that's
about
part of the brand.
and he's funny and self-effacing and all these things. But I was thinking, because like really like, I was looking at the documentary, and he's he's more fucked than I am. Like,
in terms of his well-being,
mental health.
I've seen little clips of it.
Jesus Christ, the man is absolutely fucking.
He's do you know that Kendrick
he's in
album,
ribbons.
To Pimp a Butterfly?
Yeah.
Which is about how like the corporate interests in art and performance really like suck the life out of someone until they're fucking dead.
Yes.
Now, I wouldn't say Capaldi's a particularly butterfly-esque figure, but I think he could write an album called To Pimp a Caterpillar.
The caterpillar, because you think he's yet to evolve into a butterfly.
No, I just think he looks a bit more like a caterpillar.
You dirty dog! I don't know, I've called him a melted welly. I don't know why I'm acting like you're being cruel. No, I
but he is fucked. He's really been run into the ground, burnt out.
Absolutely, but they are trying to milk him like a little cow, and
he has the tits for it.
He has the tits for it. God love him, he does. But I was watching it. It's interesting because, like, obviously, he became huge and he has.
So what's in the what was his proposal? Because I remember him appearing on Instagram and me thinking he's very funny. I don't care what his music is. He's very funny.
Well, it's so what's very interesting is that the dichotomy between his music and his like persona is unbelievable,
which is very rare nowadays.
Yeah,
sometimes you have to just be. And it's not really available to comedians. I tried for a couple of years to have a sincere podcast and then do silly, stupid jokes. People don't like it.
No, you did, yeah. Bum people out. Even if
people just get confused.
Of course they get confused because you were on there being fucking thoughtful, Magoo, being like, oh, that's really sad. Yeah, have I told you about my plea? And you're sitting there and then you were coming out like, you stupid fat bitch. What's up with you? You've aged. Yeah. Oh. And it's like, people are like, what is he? Whereas it's more.
I'm gonna see for the trailer for my next tour. I'm just gonna clip together all your impressions of me doing stand-up.
Honestly, it'll sell. It'll be like, oh, it is funny. That's what it'll say. Louis baby. So Chewy Louis. So.
Louis CP.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So Louis CP, he's obviously like this funny guy, right? And he posts up on Instagram and blah blah blah. And then his songs are the most sincere songs about heartbreak of all time. Like just and I used to be somebody. Do you know what I found out? That song is about his granny.
Why is it always about their granny?
No, but I was like...
Ed Sheeran has a song about his granny getting put through the headboard as well.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, he wants to shag his granny.
Is that what it is?
I think so. You're not going to
think of the words, and now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. It's not sexual so far.
But listen.
I was getting kind of used to being someone you
Listen
loved.
to me right now. It's not about the words. You can feel there's a lustful husk. There's just, I was getting kind of... It's like, look, I'm not judging about it.
Yeah, you wouldn't sing it at the funeral.
Huh?
You wouldn't sing it at the funeral.
Absolutely not. You'd be like, hold on, what the hell? You'd be closing over the casket. Granny, don't listen to that.
Fuck
what the hell?
Have some decorum. There's no decorum. There's no decorum in that song.
There's no decorum in that song. There's no ethics. He's been lusting after his granny. It's one of the most... flagrant pieces of incestuous art making, and he just openly says it. That's about my granny. It's like, whoa, easy there, chief. You know what I mean? He's there swigging on it.
You're very angry at him. You go, you can't write that about your granny.
You can't.
Nobody's written that very much about their grannies before. Ed Sheeran has Galway Girls about his granny.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Is it really?
Which is a bastard of a song.
It's a stupid song.
There's already a song called that. Fuck off.
Yeah, there is. There is a song called it. Monday. And do you know what it is? Monday, who sings the original Galway Girl, which is probably a cover, but it's his biggest hit.
Yeah.
And it's the one that everyone in Ireland just fucking... Like, that.
Sorry.
Galway Girl truly is one of one of my suicide songs. Like one of the ones where I'm just like... just full double barrel shotgun in my heart. Oh, God.
Why is that?
I hate it.
Why is that?
Because it was just played. I mean, to say a song to be played to death. There's a song being played to death, and then there's what they did to that poor fucking song. They dragged that song out in its little tongue every night and put it in front of everyone in every nightclub in Ireland.
Teenagers finger into it.
It just reminds me of puking. It just reminds me.
Well, yes, that says, because it's just,
yeah,
and especially where you grew up, where, you know, in the countryside, where for some reason you guys have a fucking fascination with American country and Western music.
Yeah.
You just love all that. Ricky Remo. Were you in the Ricky Remo? Richie Remo, is that his name?
No, I wouldn't have went near Ricky Remo, no.
And like Wagon Wheel.
Look, lad, Wagon Wheel seemed to strike a chord in the cocks of the whole nation. I don't know what. Like, but it's
and
more... And
Garth Brooks and all.
Garth Brooks.
It upsets me that he sells so many tickets in Ireland.
Well, he sells out... the
Park.
island. But the island, everyone in Ireland goes to Garth Brooks.
Somehow he sells more tickets than there are humans in Ireland.
Absolutely. He sold, this is absolutely true, he sold out, I think, 6 Croke Parks.
And that's 9 million people. That's pre-famine numbers.
Yeah.
People come back from famine death to go see Garth Brooks.
Generally like zombies coming up out of the ground. Dude, baby, I'm amazed by you. I got friends in low places where the whiskey. That is a banger. The where the whiskey drowns and the beer could chase us. But there is something in Ireland where, like, it's more so, not as much in where I'm from, Kilkenny, because we're kind of like, I don't know, people would say we're a bit of a proddy county, but like up in like Westmeath, Offaly,
the Midlands
middle of the counties, like they jive. They do like
you need a driving license.
Yeah, you need a driving license, lad. You fucking do.
It's big. That's big in like Tyrone, no?
Yeah, no.
Mid Ulster, big for driving.
Absolutely, the North are absolutely fucking guzzling this country come as well.
There was a TV show on. There was a TV show on BBC that was called like There's No Place Like Tyrone. Yeah, and it was just the most evidently minted farmers ever. Like, do you know the ones who are there talking about, it's very hard on the farm now?
Yeah.
And they have like a fucking Gucci fleece on. Like, you're just, I mean, it's not Gucci, but it's like, you know, every bit of kit they're wearing is just top. And then he just climbs into like a convertible Audi and he's like, it's wild hard, and, you know, just trying to make a living for myself.
Yeah.
And you're just like, and he's no kids, no wife, and he's just the fucking richest man you've ever seen in your whole life.
But these lads are fucking, a lot of farmers are like fucking like gangsters. These lads have like just empires. They're very like they're cute whores. I don't know if you've heard the term cute whores.
I know, like being cute is like being almost devious.
It's being like, you just don't, and how much money do you have? Oh, sure, Jesus, or maybe I have a bit, maybe I don't know. You know, you don't tell anyone, Anton. You're very good. You're kind of good at business deals. I have
enough to be getting on with.
Yeah. You'd be slipping your kiock in places without people even knowing.
But they just look like big boys. Like, they look like big toddlers. Like the big fat rosy-cheeked faces.
Well, that's because all they're eating is like just like a big plate of ham, spud and cabbage every day. Like
pints of milk.
And I'm talking pints of milk. Like, they are just absolutely shoveling shite into themselves.
Yeah, and they've never...
And just like a fucking football of butter on the spuds and just...
Yeah, like the amount of butter in the mash is more than...
It's more than the mash.
Yeah.
It's potatoes with butter.
Yeah, it's potatoed butter, not buttered potato.
That's right. Yeah.
It's like
potato though, that butter, please. That block of butter. I want to eat it. That is it.
They have a dish full of potatoes in their fridge.
Yeah.
And they just scrape a bit off the top and put it on their butter.
We used to have a guy who worked on our farm when we were younger, and he just like to be a block of butter. He just fucking cut it in half and just onto the spuds, and you'd be like, good fucking God. He died of a heart attack. Of course he did. Of course he did. But like, that's the equivalent of fucking just like fucking
yeah, smacking, just absolutely whacking at the fucking
But that's what I thought with fucking Capaldi. When you're watching the documentary, you're
is he eating loads? Like maybe not on camera, but like
yeah, sir. It's like everyone. Like, I don't know if you've like, you know, like sometimes if you have someone, I just know in my own life, sometimes you have people that are like, you know, overweight, and they don't like to fucking eat a lot in front of everyone because they're very self-conscious.
Yeah.
That like that like, oh look, everyone's just going to see me and be like, oh
Yeah,
here's the fucking the fat fucker. So they don't.
Fat
so
boy
they're like
fat.
that. Yeah. So I think they do a lot of their eating like just fucking like bickies in bed or like fucking ice cream on the shitter kind of thing, and they're just lamping it in. But Capaldi, like you just see him like this is my mind because this is how I was fucking raised. He's just drinking like just Fanta all the time, and I know you're a
sugary drinks.
You're a little fizzy boy, like.
No, but I don't do the sugary fizz.
But you have Coke Zero, and I think we've discussed it in your warped mind. You kind of think this is like on the Atkins diet or something.
No, I don't think that Coke Zero is good for you. I'm not arguing that at all. I know it's probably all sorts of acid and bad for your belly and stuff. But all I'm saying is it doesn't make your teeth bad, and also doesn't make you fat.
Well,
Coke Zero doesn't make you fat.
But you are getting a little fat.
Yes, and this came up yesterday, and I said it, and you said
I've been
what
insensitive.
you didn't say.
I've been insensitive, but I think it's as a friend. I'm like, lad, come on.
Well, what I said was, oh no, I've put on a bit of a fucking belly over the tour. And rather than going, no, you're all right, it just happens to everybody. What you said on last week's podcast was, I was going to say.
I had seen you because you were wearing a little tight GAA jersey and you were swanning around. And I was like, I don't think he feels bad enough about himself. You know what I mean? I could see there was a likeness to you. And I was like, I don't think he can see because I can see the outline there.
But my problem is when I'm trying to lose weight, I can't. The shame makes it worse.
Oh, that'll send you to
the
more
cookies. I'll just eat more.
Little cookie monster.
Yeah.
You are a little cookie monster.
Yeah, I love cookies. That's my go-to.
You are.
Have I said this on the podcast before that
what?
Sometimes I'm such bad issues with food and so impulsive that I'll be like in Sainsbury's getting something and I'll grab a packet of cookies and then I'll pay for them, leave the shop and be so angry at myself that I'll put all the cookies in the bin in the street.
And then please tell me your next move is to be diving into the bin.
No, I don't go back into the bin for the cookies, but I'm just so like I get the impulse and I go, fuck's sakes.
Yeah,
just put it in the bin.
Like I'd love if you got to a stage in your career where you were like, you know, and which you will, like where you're quite famous, and then like and just like paparazzi just caught you constantly in bins. Like just constantly
hunting for white chocolate cookies,
just cookie
but
diving.
Not even. I like the worst
cookie diving.
The worst cookies. It's not like Maryland's, it's not Oreos. It's not anything good. It's not even like Tesco Finest.
Yeah,
I like Sainsbury's Basics white chocolate cookies.
Yeah,
like bottom that's like slightly uncooked.
Yeah,
but just I just really really like them. But I feel so bad every time I eat them. But yeah, when I feel fat or people make fun of me for being fat, I just eat more and more and more and more and more. I need to be so like comfortable with myself and be like, you're looking all right. And then I'll start eating.
You look
well.
wrecked.
I don't know how.
You look wrecked, and I'll get you the chocolate right now. I brought you over a chocolate bar today, actually.
Yes, I know you're trying to fatten me up for Christmas or something.
But it would be. I just think it'd be such a fun dynamic for us if one of us was like thin, and then one of us.
But you're in such good shape, it fucks me off.
Yeah, but lad, that's because I have severe mental health issues and I have to run or do some exercise every single day or I absolutely lose my fucking mind. You know what I mean? I'm on such a thin edge. It's unbelievable. I didn't sleep for 2 months. I was looking at the Capaldi thing and I was like, good Lord, myself and Capaldi are birds of a feather. Like, we're both absolutely fucking...
Yeah, you're rocking together.
Oh, scrambled eggs at the head. You know what I mean?
Good protein, though.
Scrambled brain. Yeah, but absolutely, lad.
But what? So he's fizzy pop is his big vice.
Well,
Capaldi.
no, he's just drinking. Like he's just there. Do you know when they say like? Because a lot of the whole thing, and sure, all these Netflix things are complete and utter fucking propaganda.
What's this propaganda for?
Well, it's just
Capaldi.
Like no,
it's
do
just
you know
to sell tickets for Capaldi.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's
marketing. It's marketing.
And marketing's grand, and there's nothing wrong with that. And like to be fair, Capaldi is he's a good fucking skin. And to be fair, give it to the Scots. No one produces a fucking an ugly fucking voice like the Scots.
What other examples?
Subo.
Oh yes,
Susan Boyle.
Ugly face, tasty voice.
But although Susan, I was thinking about Susan Boyle there now, and I was thinking about her.
We've Christy Moore.
Huh?
He looks like a turtle.
How would you fuck off? Christy's a handsome man.
No, he's not.
How would you stop?
You can't say to me Christy Moore's a handsome man.
Why are you fighting me here? All right, we're Irish.
Because you're saying Christy Moore's handsome.
Listen, Christy.
I was just saying Irish people also have good singers that are ugly as fuck.
I think what you've
Luke Kelly, Christy Moore, Ronnie Drew's handsome.
Ronnie Drew's handsome. Luke Kelly had a fucking wild red head of hair, and I'm like, that was a fucking man. Christy Moore, there's a man.
Christy Moore is hairless.
He could dig a trench. He's out there with the guitar.
He looks like a salamander.
Capaldi looks like a stiff gust of wind will kill him. Like, he's the most unhealthy looking man.
I'm not saying Capaldi's handsome. I'm just saying we also have Christy Moore.
But what I'm saying to you is, I'm slagging off Scotland. You get on board with that.
Okay.
You don't start saying.
But I thought you were complimenting them.
Well, no, I am. I love the Scots.
The ugly good singers. I was just trying to give Ireland's mix of ugly good singers.
Yeah. Well, look.
I also think people say Tom Jones is very handsome, but I don't get it.
Oh, Tommy J, TJ.
Yeah.
Oh, lad.
I mean, maybe in his prime.
But I thought he's after getting sexier the older he got. Like on The Voice with that fucking white hair and his little fucking Welsh comments about things.
His Welsh
comments.
Although
his Welsh tasting comments.
I saw a video on TikTok recently of Tom Jones singing, it's not unusual, and he's just bopping about, and it's like an old, it must be from the 90s, like some late night TV show, and he's just bopping about, and then he just walks into the audience, kisses a woman, and keeps singing.
Oh.
I was like, can't do that nowadays.
No, and more is the pity, because that woman, I guarantee you, she was smiling from ear to ear for the rest of her life.
Loving it.
And there's a lot of women being deprived of fucking
that woman grew up to
wanted
be...
sexual assaults. There is, because of the rules. What? That would have been an absolute fucking... That was a treat. That was a fucking bouquet of flowers put in her lap. Tom Jones gave her a smooch.
That's true.
No?
She would have wanted it.
Oh, a smooch. He didn't go down and finger her in the audience. He gave her a bloody lovely
It was
smooch.
a peck. It was just a little peck. It was very nice and sweet. Yeah.
Oh, lad. No, lad, you got to think. You're getting this all wrong about fucking Tom Jones. Tommy.
He's a sex bomb.
Oh, he wrote a song about it.
Well, no, I guess he isn't the sex bomb. He's talking about other people being the sex bomb.
I wouldn't be surprised if in his head he's like, I'm talking about myself. I wouldn't be surprised if he's
but you just can't write a song that goes, sex bomb, sex bomb, I'm a sex bomb.
Baby, I can turn me on.
Tom Jones does strike me as a fella who wanks to himself in the mirror.
Absolutely.
Like wanks making eye contact with himself.
Oh, lad, T. Jones is besotted with himself. T. Jones is enamored with himself. He can't get enough of himself. He is like, like where people are just like, they can't sleep. They're so in love with themselves. You can't believe it. He has a mirror on his roof, not to watch himself fucking, to watch himself wanking. You know what I mean? 100%. T. Jones. But like, you got to think, this man, like back in the day, if you go back and watch a video of him, like the shirt's open and he has a chest on him like his mother knitted him. You know what I mean? Like just fucking...
It looks like Shaun the Sheep.
Absolutely, lad. Looks like fucking an Aaron Wool sweater. He's just like coming out of him. And he has this little kind of like medallion. And he's singing to a cat. He's like, what's up, pussycat? We're like, what the fuck is this about? Whoa. He's talking to a cat and he's making it sexy. Like he's literally having a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Where he's having a conversation with a cat and he's just so hot, it's a hit.
Do you reckon his dick's still working?
TJ, absolutely.
White hair, the voice.
A flying. Well, sure, he's just like, no one's dick's working. My dick's not working, but we're just taking Viagra. You know what I mean? Like, you just,
you just use the wonders of modern medicine.
Lad, no one's dick doesn't work anymore. Like, if your dick's not working, you can just make it work. Soon you're just going to have an AI dick. It's going to be like...
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT dick. GBD. Yeah, 100%. You just type in fuck Julie.
Big one.
Yeah. Yeah, big one.
Big good one, please.
Big good one, lad. Well, do you know what's I did think, because like you're looking at Capaldi and even like the comparison with Tom Jones. What's interesting is I look at Capaldi and he's coming out here now in the documentary and sure, look, it's all fucking fairly grim. He has this, he has a stutter in his shoulder.
Yes, that's a good way to...
He has a stutter in his shoulder where he's just lamping like that. I mean, he's like, to say the man is goosed, he's brown bread, is unbelievable. Like, it's just the price of everything that's happening to him.
Well, because he says, like, I only really get the tics when I'm very, very stressed, and he's like he's ticking his way through the documentary.
His shoulder, there's a lot of times I think he's going to fuck his shoulder off his body. He
looks like he's trying to do a Maradona 7 at all times.
At all times. But like, so he's there, and then at one point, this is him in his shoulder. like this, he's fucked. And the person asked him, and have you seen a therapist rant? And he was just like, nope. I'm like, the man, he's just, nope. I was like, the man has millions. He's a millionaire. And not only, like, for one thing, listen, you're a millionaire. I know, because his whole thing, and a lot of the documentaries, like, he still has the same friends. He's still hanging out with his mother and father in this little Scottish town.
Yeah,
the house
Bathgate.
doesn't even look to be that good. He's drinking Fanta and he's eating fucking pies. He hasn't changed. He's down to earth. He's been unaffected. This isn't affecting him. You know what I mean? He's the same old guy.
It is like seeing those, do you know they've got like animals in the zoo?
Yeah.
And people go, oh, it's amazing he's doing this. And then some scientist will just comment beneath like, oh, I'm actually an expert in that type of animal. They only do that when they're incredibly distressed. This is a horrible video. And everyone goes, oh, fuck, we thought it was cute.
Yeah.
And you know, Lewis has just been like every so often just doing that. And then you watch the documentary and it's not a scientist that's saying it. It's him with his face going, I'm very distressed.
That's right.
And no one's listening.
Nobody's
Everyone's just
listening.
going, oh, fuck, he's nice, isn't he?
That's right. It's lovely. It's quite down to earth. It's quite real. It's quite human, isn't it? Can we sell that? Can we sell?
Can we sell the psychosis?
The
Is that
human
all right?
angle?
Yeah.
And you do see, and it just is with anyone like him. There is like a little cast of just kind of like vultures
Suits
around him, just being like, and could we maybe sell shoulder stutter T-shirts, and then could there be? Maybe, I suppose the sales would go up if he killed himself, but we shouldn't talk about that now. But if Tupac and Biggie are anting to
Selling
use
branded sumo suits.
yeah, right.
Just Capaldi and everybody's walking around. Everybody comes to his gig in sumo suits.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny.
It's so fucking wild, lad.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But like, he is a great lad. But so in the thing, it's like, yeah, he's still friends. He's like, still friends with my same friends. And it's like, it's just
He's got his wee band who
Yeah.
wear like the tracksuits and all, and they're nice.
That's right. And he's like, this side's a roofer, this side's that, and they're all they have a you
Because
know,
Bathgate is a shithole.
right,
Famously, like
Yeah.
between Edinburgh and Glasgow, shithole.
like just dog shit.
Yeah,
dog shit central.
At my Edinburgh tour show, I asked the guy where are you from, and he went Bathgate, and everyone laughed.
They laughed.
Yeah.
And that's Capaldi's HQ.
Yeah. Capaldi and Fern Brady is from there.
Is she from there as well?
Yeah.
Jesus, there is something about like a flower growing up through the fucking cracks of the pavement, isn't there? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I said on stage, and this will be a clip, I said there's two famous people from Bathgate. It's a comedian and a fat guy with Tourette's. And I went, Capaldi, by the way. And Fern Brady, she's autistic. What's going on in Bathgate?
yeah, yeah, but great. They're both class. So
Yeah, they're both brilliant.
but so fucking Capaldi. Then he has another song that sounds like a love song. It's about his fucking auntie. I swear to God, that lad is as horny for his family. But anyway,
His song is about his auntie?
there's another one of his big hits where he's like, before you leave. Actually, do you know what?
Is it his first auntie or his second auntie?
It was his first auntie.
Oh, right, that's bad. That's
No, yeah, but
incest.
she killed it. She did kill herself. Now this is I'm not talking out of school here. That's in the doc, but she did. But so it's about her. But if you listen to the song, and which was terrible and everything, and he's a great lad for writing the song. But when you're listening to it, you're like, oh, this is about someone he was shagging.
But no, it's about his auntie.
It's about his auntie, and everyone's singing it. They don't like until the doc. They don't know it's about his auntie. They think it's about someone he's after.
They think it's about them, these little girls. They think it's about them. They think
They
the
probably
fat
think
man's
it's
singing about them.
Yeah. And the thing is with fucking Capaldi, and people are going to be amazed if you do a whole episode about Capaldi, but I'm enamored with him now. But
Oh, but he's a beautiful soul, I think.
Yeah.
I think he seems like a really good lad.
but like he does be pulling absolute worldies as well.
Well, this
Well,
is
of
what I was going
course.
to... Is he riding rings around them?
Huh?
Is he riding rings around himself?
As in, well, you don't see that in the doc because
Well, of course, that would be... It would spoil it.
and that doesn't. And this is the thing about these docs; they're so like kind of sanitized in one direction. Because in my head, I'm like
I thought it was about Capaldi.
yeah, but you
Sorry, that was silly.
Ah, there you go. You know, because the narrative hasn't changed, sound lad. So
But he
they're not-
does do shows to tens of thousands of girls who want to fuck him.
That's right. And you,
But I kind of don't begrudge that of him.
yeah,
I begrudge that of like you know the comedians who Matt Rife, who like loves the fact he has audience full of women that just want to fuck him, and that's the show, and that's
it's
obviously
there's a feverish laugh like there's women absolutely give me they really are,
and it's just like
they're kind of chomping at him, they're kind of cutting themselves under the like it's really they're self-harming themselves with horniness for Matt Rife. If you don't know him, look him up. He is outrageously good looking guy.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
Do you think he's got plastic surgery?
I don't know, but
I think
that's how good looking he is.
he's lip filled himself.
He's probably done the lip fill, unless he was born with those plump fucking lips.
Big
because they
sexy
are
lips.
fucking like they're like two pillows, you know. I want to go for a nap.
But
on
I
him.
like that, like, but the Capaldi thing is just like he's not leaning into being attractive because he couldn't possibly.
No, but he's actively like, if you say someone has like rich people get a personal trainer, he looks like he's got a personal destroyer. Like he has hired someone to make
a personal degrader.
A personal degrader. Like someone, can you make me as unhealthy?
5 more, and he's like,
yeah. Now the battered haggis. Shove it up your arse. Shove the battered haggis up your arse. Come on, you can make it.
But it's circuit training, but it's just the microwave.
It's just a fucking pork pie in the microwave.
He's like, Capaldi's like, water. The trainer's like, no, just Fanta. Just whatever the opposite of David Goggins is. Just a guy being like,
get in the boat.
Who's gonna eat the boats?
Yeah, who's gonna eat the boats?
And it's just boats full of potato waffles, and he's like, oh, wow.
Yeah, instead of running 100 miles, like he just has to like eat fucking Snickers ice creams for fucking like 100 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
He eats the 100-yard dash, is just eating a fruit winder.
Lad, he God, I wish I came up with something better than Snickers ice cream for 100 minutes, but because there was a better joke to be made. But
there's always a bigger boat.
Yeah, but what was I going to say to you? But that is it. He looks like he has been fucking like just designed, like his skin look awful, his like hair is like gone greasy, he's, you know, and I in my head I'm like, I don't want to come across like mean against Capaldi because he's a good lad, but there's part of me when I was looking at it, and this goes to myself as well, right? Because like I'm obviously, you know, a massive whinge box. I'm on here, but I'm sleeping, I'm anxious, and blah blah blah. Is there something to be said for just being like Noel and Liam Gallagher and just being like just
fuck it,
I'm fucking
fuck it, mate.
Yeah, I'm fucking brilliant. We're the
sick
best,
of that, mate.
Yeah,
fucking lad.
And just push.
Although they had a wee beef, didn't they? Did you see that?
Noel and Liam.
No, I wasn't going to say. Have you heard of this? Noel and Liam Gallagher don't like each other. No, Liam Gallagher and Capaldi.
What was that, a while ago?
Yeah,
at like Glastonbury.
Yeah, have you seen this?
I didn't see it all, but
He
know
was like, that fucking Capaldi fella.
Yeah.
What the fuck's that about?
Yeah,
and Capaldi walks out of Glastonbury in a parka with a bucket hat on, sunglasses. To Here Comes the Money. And just opens up his parka, and it's just like Liam's face in a big heart.
Yeah.
And he sings the first song in the style of Liam Gallagher, you know, like leaning into the microphone with his hands behind his back. And it was just so, he just love bombed him.
Yeah.
He was just like, fuck you, I think you're great.
Yeah.
I just loved it. It was so fucking good.
But I heard someone talk about it, and I remember that at the time. And it's funny because Noel came out when Jay-Z was headlining Glastonbury. And it's just like, Glastonbury? It's gone to shit. Being headlined by a fucking rapper. It's like, that's not rock and roll. And then Jay-Z came out with a guitar and just played Wonderwall, like as his first song.
So
just
fun. And sung it so badly.
Yeah.
Today was gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you.
Is that what you think Jay-Z sounds like? Blink 182?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Where are you?
I'm so sorry.
I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
But a bitch ain't one. But Jay-Z,
But this actually came up. I had this noted down to talk about today. I saw a clip of the Gallaghers, Noel talking about the 1975, the 1975.
Yeah.
And he was there, and he was similar thing. This is what the Gallaghers do now. They just shit on other people. Going, that's not
now.
fucking...
They have never been doing that else.
Yeah, but Oasis was good. They were good.
Oasis was sick.
They were fucking brilliant.
Liam still has some bangers, though, I will say that.
But number one, I think they were annoyed at Matty Healy because Matty Healy gave a very solid interview where he was like, no one who's at a Liam Gallagher concert or a Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds concert wouldn't rather be at an Oasis gig.
Yeah.
Not a single person. If you sent them an email the day before and went, apologies, this won't be a Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds gig.
Yeah.
This will be an Oasis gig. No one would request a refund. Like absolutely zero people would request a refund.
Yeah.
Everybody would be fucking buzzing about it. And he was like, stop. What are you talking about? You're annoyed at your brother. Get it together and do your job.
Right.
Like you're one of the best bands of all time. Do it.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up and just do it. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And look, Matty Healy's got his fucking issues, but
whoa.
But the Noel Gallagher was like, I saw fucking because
they won
in
the
1975 for the best rock
Yeah.
group. That's not fucking rock. And then I just want to grab him and go, neither were you.
Yeah, because I was just thinking this, right? Because he's like, that's not rock. And then I was like, this is a Noel song, the Noel wrote and song. He says, I want to talk tonight. Do-do-do. Until the morning light. Do-do-do.
They're a pop band.
I would like to leave this city. This old town don't smell too pretty. Rock! Rock on! In a champagne supernova in the sky. Fucking hard rock! Throwing TVs out windows.
Today was gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. Bye now. It's
so Sally can wait.
Yeah,
I'm singing it in a particularly pussy way. She knows it's too late.
That acoustic guitar really fucking rocks, bro.
Really fucking rips it. Now,
and Liam with his fucking tambourine up the front.
Yeah.
Be like, rock and roll, mate. Fuck off.
Yeah.
You're not rock stars. Stop acting like you're some kind of revolutionary, transgressive, fucking anti-establishment punk band. Britpop.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
Yeah.
And it was great.
It was the beat.
But stop talking like you're fucking Slipknot or something.
I know, I do. I have to say though, like I love them so much. And I love Liam and Noel. And I don't, I condone them shitting on people. Because I just think it's
well, I think they're both funny.
They're like Roy Keane. They're just like the Roy Keane people.
That's his job.
Just push everything. So see Capaldi, this is what they do. Everything down.
Yeah.
I'm fucking class. We were the best band in the world. And they'll still, to give them their due, they've fallen out. But like Noel will still say, he'll be like, Liam was the best front man in the world. And like Liam will be like, yeah, Noel's the best songwriter in the world. Like they still will give each other that, but there's no... Like just fucking it's fucking class.
But they'll come back.
Huh?
There will be an Oasis reunion.
Well, there was talks of it already that they're going to.
There's always talks about it, but it will. They're just trying to pick the perfect moment. Do you know what I think will happen? And this is typical nowadays. Is there'll be a documentary on Netflix.
Yeah.
There'll be an Oasis behind the supernova or whatever, behind the Wonderwall. That would have been so much better. Documentary, like 10-part documentary about Oasis. Everybody will binge it. It'll be trending. Everybody will talk about it, and they'll go, boom, reunion tour.
But have you seen Supersonic, the documentary?
No. When did that come out, though?
A couple of years ago. But let me tell you this. This is the best music documentary.
Do you think so?
Lad, it's so sick. I saw it and I was like, this is the best thing ever. Their parents, as you probably know, but Liam and Noel's parents are Irish. Like, so her mother is
I
like,
had a vague notion of that.
Noel and Liam grew when they were growing up, and Noel was always he was just very reclusive and in his room a lot, and Liam was just more of a kind of outdoor, but I was always worried about them. And she's just from the west of Ireland. Their father's also fucking Irish. So, and all the people, the bands people in Oasis, the band members, their parents were Irish.
Jeez, they must be raging.
They're all fucking English Irish.
Or have they picked sides, the band?
Well, so it was rotating.
Like, are they in High Flying Birds, or are they in whatever, Liam Gallagher's big gay band, or whatever it's called?
I think Liam Gallagher's big gay band. Well, he's just Liam Gallagher now. He was in like something called BDI or some other
yes,
fucking
that's what it was, yeah.
But so that's one of the best moments, and this is the difference kind of in generation, because we're in the kind of therapy generation where we all tell everyone that we're fucking sad. I mean, I'm fucking the Captain Kirk of that. But like, so you see, like, Noel goes in and he records Talk Tonight, which is like about him meeting this girl when they're on tour, and he has a row with the band, and he goes off, and she's kind of like a solace for him, or like a reprieve. And he goes in, I want to talk tonight. And it's this like really fucking sweet, vulnerable song. And as soon as he comes out of the recording booth, one of the lads is making eye contact with him, and he's like, what the fuck are you looking at, you cunt? And it's just straight, because the only place they would show
to release that, just
the only place they'll do it is, that's right,
just go straight back on. They just screw the lid straight back on.
Because even in their recording sessions, they would just be like, Noel would be writing it and doing all this thing, and like Liam and them would just be getting pissed, and they'd be all like, there was times just like fucking Liam just broke a guitar over Noel's head, like you know, and I think that was part of the thing.
I mean, it's mad. I always think it's mad to be like the front man and like a massive pop star, rock star, whatever, and he really only played the tambourine and sang.
Yeah,
like to not
learn it.
Yeah,
he only got into music when he was like fucking 20.
But that is part of like what makes him good, is the openness and the boldness to just fucking stand there and sing.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
That's
like
right.
When you have a guitar, there's like a little barrier between you and them, but to just fucking boof.
Yeah, it is boofing it, but he's throwing, like, even to throw the hands behind the back.
Yeah.
I'm not even having these cunts do anything.
Yeah.
I'm just literally
boom, just killing it.
But it's just, it's so, there's such an air of hands behind the back, neck forward. There is such an air of like, fuck off.
Yeah,
you know, like, it's so
yeah,
sick.
Yeah.
It is sick.
Yeah,
but,
they are good. I do think it's mad that everybody from Manchester dresses like that and has that haircut though.
Yeah.
It's very strange to me. I'm like, how are you all like this?
But there's lads in there, I swear to God, I feel like Oasis has never been bigger in Ireland. I feel that band somehow, like, they just, it's such a tribal thing in people. Like, there are still loads of people where I'm from in Kilkenny that wear the parkas. That, like, if Oasis tickets went on sale, they'd die. They would die. They would actually just pass away.
Yeah.
Like, if when Oasis come back, they could sell out the city of London. I feel like they could do a gig to 1 million people.
Yeah, almost definitely. They could probably break that record. The record's like 3 million people.
Is it?
For a gig. But at some point
Kevin
you're
Hart,
like...
was it?
No.
No.
Matt Rife.
Yeah.
3 million people. It was like Springsteen in like Rio or something. It was on the beach. And at some point, some of those people are just at the beach. 3 million.
Yeah.
If you're 2 miles away, I think you're just at the beach.
But I think
some of those people were just eating ice cream, and a guy went, "Are you here for the gig?" And they went, "Well," and he went, "Yep."
Yeah. The gig's on.
Add it to the tally.
But you have to think the most successful artist on earth is the beach. Do you know what I mean? No one draws a bigger crowd on a consistent basis than the beach.
Helen's Bay, but
like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, #1.
The beach.
Fucking beach, lads.
And some people tried to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
The Beach Boys.
The Beach Boys, yeah.
They thought they would get people.
That was cynical, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We're boys, but guess what? We're also a beach. Everyone was like, this is the perfect mix. I love boys. I love the fucking beach. Good God. And then the other guys were like, we're the Beatles. People love Beatles.
It's so
and people are
funny
like,
that
they better be the best band in the world ever or we're not going.
That's so
they
funny.
are.
The Beatles had to be the best band ever because it's a bad pun, and why would you want to be named after a Beatle?
Imagine being like, just like, yeah, what are you going to call your band? Get people in. The Cockroaches. We're going to be the Maggots. We're going to be the Maggots.
Fruit flies.
Yeah. Fruit flies. We're the earwigs. We're the woodlice. We're just the most disgusting insects. I fucking hate. If I saw a beat, I'd kill it, man. The only reason I wouldn't kill it is as a nod to McCartney. But
Hey,
what?
oh, the McCartney's dead.
McCartney's not dead.
Yeah, he is.
Paul McCartney.
He got body swapped many years ago.
Is that a theory?
Yeah, I think I'm subscribed to it. That's why he's shit now.
Get the hey, hold the fuck on, brother. Listen here, brother. McCartney is not fucking shit. McCartney is fucking decent, and he had
2012 Olympics closing ceremony.
He partook.
Hey Jude.
One
of the worst performances I've ever seen.
Well, McCartney's allowed an off day, lad. Like, and to be fair, like, let's be honest, like, if you're going to be like,
he's dead. That's not McCartney.
Right.
That's some guy.
Who is it though?
Some guy. It's Capaldi.
You think? Huh?
It's Capaldi.
It's Capaldi.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a stretch. I mean, and to be honest, McCartney at 75 probably looks better than Capaldi now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's
Is that your
McCartney.
That's it's just insulting and disrespectful. The man is a fucking genius.
He's amazing. And he did come across well in that documentary that he funded.
Who?
McCartney.
Which one?
Get Back.
What the fuck?
Did you watch Get Back?
Yeah, it's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, he produced it. Of course, he looks like the hero.
Come on now. What other way is it going to look?
Amazing.
Fucking John Lennon is sitting there like
amazing.
a fucking egg. Just like fucking, I am the egg man. Smacked out. Fucking Yoko Ono fucking licking his armpits.
That's my Yoko Ono.
She's just beside him fucking sniffing his elbows. McCartney has to fucking do the whole album. You see it. That's not like editing. Like, that's like you can fucking see. Like, fucking Lennon is in the sky with diamonds. Like, he is literally just fucking.
Ringo's the only pro in that band.
Well, Ringo's just he comes in, he's just, I'm a bit hungover today.
But he just showed up on time, did the job, nailed it.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah, because he didn't have to, because he just had to play the drums. The rest of the lads have to come up with the greatest songs of all time. That's what they have to come up with.
Ringo wrote some of the best Beatles songs.
What, that one just like Octopus's Garden or like,
yeah.
They're all.
I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus. None of their songs make sense.
Very few. Very few. But when you see how they write them as well, it's kind of like they're just mumbling through, finding words. Like, what kind of rhymes with that? And that's a lot of it. Oh, but speaking of fucking the 1975.
No, wait. I need to do the one thing on the Beatles documentary. Yeah. There was I remember I was really annoyed at Yoko Ono when I was watching that documentary for 9 hours. I was like, why is she just sitting there?
Yeah.
She's just sitting there watching them fucking rehearse. What? Like, it's so strange. Just go do something else. Live your own life and meet up with John afterwards for a pint or whatever. Why he's just sitting there watching them rehearse? That's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
And then I took 1 second and went, fuck. I'm watching them rehearse.
Yeah.
And I don't get to fuck John Lennon.
You could dig him up and give him a shandy.
Dig a pony.
Yeah.
That's what that song's about. He was asking for it to be dug up and fucked like a pony.
Yeah. Yeah. That is what that song was about. But
1975.
But you're right about Yoko. We were all just sitting there watching. But then, if you think about it, like, if you were going out with like a fucking genius and you could watch them make an album, like, what else are you gonna? What better have you got
you can
going
either
on that
sit
day?
in and watch like one of the greatest albums of all time being made, or you can go to the shops.
Yeah, or you can go down to fucking Greg's, get a sausage roll, burn your tongue.
But I hate her.
Yeah, and it's not a racial thing.
It doesn't help.
It's not sugar in the tea. It's salt in the tea.
But it's just the footage. What's the video of? It's like Chuck Berry and Paul McCartney like singing together.
Yeah.
And Yoko Ono
and John Lennon.
John Lennon. Yoko Ono's in the background, just going, ay, 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 ay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Chuck Berry looks fucking furious the whole time.
Yeah.
He's just there like,
yeah.
And he gets him to cut her mic off. Have you seen that?
No.
Like they cut off her mic because she's just been sitting there going, whatever fucking noises she makes, and Chuck Berry just like gives a look to the sound guy, and then they cut back again, and she's doing stuff, but you can't hear it at all. It's so funny.
Yeah, which is like proper order. Like, it is a kind of thing of like, she's just.
What did she do before?
I believe she was, and I can't be sure of this. I believe she was on the Security Council of like North. Is she Korean? No.
I think she's Japanese. Yoko Ono sounds Japanese.
Right,
to me.
she's Japanese. No, she's like a performance artist. She was like in like New York City. Like, she was like.
So that's where they met. So she was doing weird stuff from.
She was doing
jump.
weird stuff, like doing little short films of like.
It would be funny if she was. She was
a crow pecking at her tits and stuff. Like, you know, like just weird shit.
Yeah, it would be funny if she was just like. Had like a normal office job doing spreadsheets. Jesus Christ!
I feel this is going to be the most.
The shorts are exposing.
This is quite pornographic. This episode, and there is.
But I put the camera higher because Shane Daniel Burns said you need to stop angling the camera so the focus is your cocks.
Whoa!
I was like, you're just gay, Shane.
Shane, that's
That's going on in your own mind.
That's the male gaze there, Shane.
It's the camera and the male gaze.
Yeah, you stop angling
He
it.
is a male gay.
Yes, he is. But like that, I mean, if I was looking at a female podcast, I'd probably mess them with like, stop angling the camera at your tits, because it's just. I think the camera's angled at your tits. That's the only problem, because that seems to be just what I stay looking at. So you should solve that, or keep doing it because I like it. And it's a wonderful podcast. I don't know what you're talking about, but it's been enlightening, and I've come several times.
But wouldn't it be funny if Yoko Ono had just like an office job doing spreadsheets, then she got together with John Lennon and decided she wanted to be like,
Yeah, absolutely. Just go full
or maybe she was
ham.
already like that in the office job.
Yeah.
She was just typing away.
And people were like, we should try to set her up with John Lennon or something. I just think there's only
Just to get rid of her.
there's very few people who are going to put up with this, but maybe one of those fucking
Weird Scouse boys.
yeah, those weird scousers that call themselves Beatles. The Eggman, literally a man who's
Set
like,
her up
I
with
am
the
the
walrus."
Eggman. We should set him up with Yoko. I am the
Cuckoo-cuckoo.
walrus, cuckoo-cuckoo, and then just Yoko just being like, and the two of them just running at each other. It must be love, love, cuckoo-cuckoo. Like your Tinder profile is just a little audio bite of
You do that on Hinge now. You can do the little audio
Oh,
thing
you
on
do,
Hinge.
don't you?
Yeah, that would be Yoko
That's more
Ono's.
pressure, isn't it, for people on that?
I saw
site?
a really funny one a guy had done where he did like a tour through, and he
Yeah.
had some like nice background music. Where he was like, and if you scroll to the next photo, you'll see this. And like he was a tour guide of his own Hinge profile. It was very, very nice.
Yeah.
It was very clever, very funny.
Yeah, he can go fuck himself.
Anyway, you were talking about the 1975.
So 1975. So this, I'm going to 1975 in Finsbury Park. I bought tickets for me and
As in
Romesh Ranganathan.
in the park
Yeah.
or in the stadium?
No, it's going to be
The
in
Emirates?
Finsbury Park, lad.
Oh, mad.
50,000.
Fucking
The
right.
1975. And so I've been trying to listen.
When's this?
Because,
When's it happening?
This is happening July 2nd.
Class.
Yeah, and so I knew she liked them, so I got tickets, and so we're going to that, and so I've been listening to them. I hadn't listened. All I knew was Chocolate, that song.
Two times, one time, 6 times, 7 times.
Is this still Yoko Ono? Is this still Yoko
That's
Ono?
my
impression?
1975.
What?
Maybe it was 9 times. Sometimes it was 6 times.
What the hell? These are Caucasian men. You completely went full China there. You just spazzed out. You had a little China attack.
Maybe it was 5 times.
What? What the fuck are you doing? What is this?
That's 1975.
That cannot be them, lad. I've been listening to them, and I have to say, like, it's the biggest pussy music of all time.
Oh, yeah.
And like, I am loving it. Like, it's like just
Tastes
ambient.
like chocolate.
It's ambient pussy music. It's music for like obviously girls love them, but it's also music for guys to like do it's like music for like men to be women. Like it is like it's so.
Well, it's for men to try and attract women,
It's
isn't
like,
it? It's just
I'm
like,
in love with you, I, and you're just kind of like, it makes you dance. Like I was walking down and listening to it on the street the other day, and I just became like
a woman.
I became a 13-year-old girl.
Isn't it mad that
I
he's
was loving
40?
it. Huh?
Matty Healy's 40.
I mean, he'd want to cop on.
He would. Fucking mad, isn't it? And I hated him for ages because he did that thing where he was kissing audience members.
Oh, why? Go for the Tom
He was
Jones
going
move.
for the Tom Jones, but he did the very clever move of checking their IDs first, which made it creepier somehow.
No way.
Yeah.
So he just says, have a look, and then he looks at them, and then just said, I'm in love with you.
It's so funny if he just
Oh,
went.
lad.
He just went. Not tonight, mate. And just
Yeah.
like a bouncer at the door of a shit nightclub.
Yeah.
But no, Matty Healy. But then he went on one of my favorite podcasts, the Adam Friedland Show.
Yeah.
And got in loads of trouble with his audience because they were just doing loads of really racist accents. And he's like pals with them.
Yeah.
And he really likes the podcast.
The Cometown lads.
Yeah. They just
Yeah.
kept doing Chinese accents and he kept laughing. And they kept saying homophobic stuff and he kept laughing. And Matty Healy's fan base is like just the softest
It's
women
fucking
ever.
pussies like me.
Yeah, it's you
I'm in
and
love
13-year-old
with
girls
you.
and all these 13-year-old girls. Because the super fans, they listen to every single thing he's on. They listen to every interview.
Yes.
They just consume every bit of Matty Healy.
There is there's a fever around Healy's cock. Like there's an orbit to it.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like Pluto is currently like
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
laps around Healy's cock.
Yeah.
That's the power of it.
Yeah, and then they got so fucking angry at him.
Yeah.
They're like, why is he laughing at those things that those nasty boys are saying? And Nick Mullen's just there like,
Yeah, because I love that because they're literally going to be just ripping their blue hair out. You know, like just hysterical. No! You know,
because they don't even know that world of podcasting exists. They
Yeah.
think podcasts are only about true crime.
yeah.
They think that's all podcasts are.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, it's a real shock to the system. And like they're like, I would say Matty Healy, from what I'm gathering, like he's as important to women as the moon. He's the new moon.
He is the
Matty
new moon.
Healy is the new moon.
Yeah, he is
Right?
the new moon.
Women are like equally as in cahoots with the moon, and then Matty Healy, like they believe he has some effect on their menstrual cycle.
And the tides as well.
And the tides.
Yeah.
absolutely.
His movements.
And
the
like
movements
they
of his cock.
think that
is-
like fucking Neil Armstrong at one point
Landed
landed
on his cock.
on Matty Healy's cock.
maybe it was 5 times.
A small step for man, a giant step for huge pussies.
Huge pussies. And tastes like chocolate.
Yeah. It tastes like chocolate after he eats Matty's ass.
Maybe that's what he's trying to convince everyone, that his dick tastes like chocolate.
Oh fuck. Yeah, but I'm gonna be there, man. I'm gonna be like shaking my hips and ass in a
In a
disturbing.
tiz. You're going to be in an absolute tiz.
I'll never be the same again after this 1975
Absolutely
concert. I'm
mad.
going to do MDMA, I think, which
Nice.
I haven't done in a long time,
Nice.
which will mean I'll probably
That's so cool.
almost certainly tell the person I'm seeing that
Ramesh?
I'll tell Ramesh probably. Yeah, like if I'm on MDMA, I'll ask Ramesh to marry me almost certainly.
Almost definitely. And I think
Almost
that'd be a
definitely.
good move.
Yeah. But I'm going to be like MDMA 1975. I think that'll be like, there'll be no way.
It'd be too much joy.
I won't be able to come back to this podcast. Like I'll come back to this podcast like, I don't know. I think I'll just be like, there'll be a lot of flowers like going on, and there'll be, I probably won't, like, you know what I mean? I won't be able to get on board with anything you say anymore.
Oh, I thought you were going to suddenly be nice to me. As if you've always been on board with everything I've said on the podcast. As if up until this point you've been just like, yeah, Vittorio, great work, yes and. You've never yes-anded me once. You've no-butted me at every step.
I really have no footage at every step. But maybe I will change, and then that'll be like the dynamic of the podcast, that they get on so well, and like
And no one will
immediately
like it.
everyone, it'll be just fucking shit. What happened, Mike? You went to 1975. Finsbury
We
Park.
warned him.
We just warned him he
We
couldn't
warned
go. He's just
him.
orbiting Matty Healy's cock now. Just
Tastes like chocolate.
right. Listen, we
Anything to plug? Do you have anything more to say about Capaldi before we go?
Oh, did I have anything? Well, no, I mean, said about fizzy drinks. Because my thing was, when I grew up, like my mother has bet into my head that like fizzy drinks are the devil. Like even the amount of fizzies I see you drinking, I literally in my head, it's like you're doing like lines of coke during the
Stresses out
day.
a bit. But you're okay with lines of coke though?
I
Your mother never said much about
she
them.
never said anything about coke. And this is no joke, and this is a funny thing to actually see. My mother bet it into my head, don't drink fizzy drinks. Didn't mention cocaine, and I don't drink fizzy drinks.
You
only
found a loophole.
very occasionally, but I'm absolutely addicted to cocaine, the drug. I love it so much.
The drug.
The
Just
drug.
to clarify.
The drug.
The drug.
Not the old wooden ship. Not to be confused with cocaine, the old ship. So when I see Capaldi drinking on, I'm like, what the fuck, lad? It's like me looking at, in my head, he's like Keith Richards in the 70s. I'm like, lad, you can't. This is no way to live. But I had a Coke the other day at like 11 o'clock. like I just have full fat Coke. I don't know what mood I was in.
I'll send you haywire, and then you will fall asleep straight away.
Yeah, but I was texting people. I was like, I'm fucking having a Coke. I like this Ramesh. I text her. I was like a fucking lunatic. She's like, that's not.
That's just normal.
That's normal.
The strangest fizzy drink rule we had was we were only allowed to drink Iron Brew when we were in Scotland.
As a family?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It seems like such a like daft rule.
Do they sell it in Belfast?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it might be. I don't think they have it down in the south of Ireland.
Oh, do they not?
I don't think so. I don't think we'd take well to it.
It's so good though. And then when I went to uni, I drank a bottle of it a day.
But it's just a fizzy.
Everything I wasn't allowed by my parents, I consumed in copious amounts when I went to uni.
Yeah, I was sucking a lot of cock.
We'll follow up on that in the Patreon podcast.
Oh yeah, so I have to tell you, I broke up with my therapist. I have to tell you about that.
What the fuck was his name? Drew,
lad. Don't ever say again. And it was like a mutual. Like I love Drew. It was it was a very sweet thing. But I'm going to tell you about that. And
I had a real issue with one of the venues on the tour and got angry, and I hate confrontation. And I struggled.
Watched the Champions League final surrounded by fucking cokeheads.
We've got all sorts to talk about in the Patreon.
Yeah, also talk about
dates. The Edinburgh Fringe, we're both going to be there.
Yeah.
We still don't have a date for our live show.
Yes. Edinburgh Fringe, I have 2 shows on sale right now. One is Mike Rice and Irish Work in Progress, which is just going to be me trying to work out some new material. And then I have another show, Hand of a Sinner, which is at 10:15, which will be more tried and tested stuff. But come by to either. Would love to see you there.
I'm at the Edinburgh Fringe at 6:25 at Monkey Barrel 4 every day. Who do you think you are? I am. Tickets are still a couple of days are nearly sold out, so fucking get a shift on.
Also as well, I'm going to be doing a work in progress in Dublin on July 14th, which will be doing some new stuff there. So come to that. Yeah. Deadly.
I'm going to add a whole bunch of new work in progress shows to my website. There's one on the 19th of July at Angel, but they'll all be VittorioAngelone.com/whip for those.
And I'll also be in Cork on July 28th.
Yes.
As well. So comes that.
At the lovely call-ins. Thank you very much. Patreon.com/parenting for another episode.
Yeah.
It's good.
See you there.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.